अत्युन्नतसृजनात्मककलारूपं मनसि विरामन् भारतवैज्ञानिका कीर्तिपताकं मनसि विरामन् अत्युन्नतसृजनात्मककलारूपं मनसि विरामन् भारतवैज्ञानिका कीर्तिपताकं मनसि विरामन्
Chandrasekhar Venkat Raman till 7 November 1888 to 21 November 1970 was an Indian physicist known for his work in the field of light scattering. Using a spectrograph that he developed, he and his student K.S. Krishnan discovered that when light traverses a transparent material, the deflected light changes its wavelength and frequency. This phenomenon, a hitherto unknown type of scattering of light which they called modified scattering, was subsequently termed the Raman effect or Raman scattering. Raman received the 1930 Nobel Prize in Physics for the discovery and was the first Asian to receive a Nobel Prize in any branch of science. C. V. Raman was born in Tiruchirappalli, Madras Presidency, British Raj to Hindu Tamil Brahmin parents Chandrasekhara Ramnatha Iyer and Parvati Ammal. He was the second of 8 siblings. His father was a teacher at a local high school and earned a modest income. He recalled, "I was born with a copper spoon in my mouth." At the magnificent salary of 10 rupees per month in 1892, his family moved to Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh, as his father was appointed to the faculty of physics at Mrs. A. V. Narasimha Rao College. There, Raman studied at St. Aloysius Anglo-Indian High School. He passed matriculation at age 11 and the first examination in arts examination with a scholarship at age 13, scoring first position in both under the Andhra Pradesh School Board examination. One of Raman's interests was on the scientific basis of musical sounds. He worked out the theory of transverse vibration of bowed string instruments based on superposition of velocities. Raman also studied the uniqueness of Indian drums. His analysis of the harmonic nature of the sounds of tabla. Raman, in his broadening venture on optics, started to investigate scattering of light starting in 1919. His first phenomenal discovery of the physics of light was the blue color of seawater. Raman's second important discovery on the scattering of light was a new type of radiation and eponymous phenomenon called the Raman effect. After discovering the nature of light scattering that caused blue color of water, he focused on the principle behind the phenomenon. His experiment in 1923 showed the possibilities of other light rays formed in addition to incident ray when sunlight was filtered through a violet glass in certain liquids and solids. The major impetus was the discovery of Compton effect. Arthur Compton at Washington University in Saint Louis had found evidence in 1923 that electromagnetic wave can also be described as particle. By 1927, the phenomenon was widely accepted by scientists including Raman. As the news of Compton's Nobel Prize in Physics was announced in December 1927, Raman Raman was confident that he would win the Nobel Prize in Physics as well, but was disappointed when the Nobel Prize went to Owen Richardson in 1928 and to Louis D. Broglie in 1929. He was so confident of winning the prize in 1930 that he booked tickets in July even though the award were to be announced in November. He would scan each day's newspaper for announcement of the prize, tossing it away if it did not carry the news. He did eventually win that year. At the end of October 1970, Raman had a cardiac arrest and collapsed in his laboratory. At the end of October 1970, Raman had a cardiac arrest and collapsed in his laboratory. He was moved to the hospital where doctors diagnosed his condition and declared that he would not survive another 4 hours. He, however, survived a few days and requested to stay in the gardens of his institute surrounded by his followers. 2 days before Raman died, he told one of his former students, "Do not allow the journals of the Academy to die, for they are the sensitive indicators of the quality of science being done in the country and whether science is taking root in it or not." He died from natural causes early the next morning of 21st November 1970 at the age of 82.